In the past, computers made all sorts of mechanical and electronic noises as a normal part of how they worked. But there are some noises a modern computer should never make. If you hear any of these, pay attention. A special thanks to Sydney Butler of How to Geek for his excellent article on this topic. You'll find his article at the link listed. Whine. Sometimes benign, sometimes not. A high-pitched whine can be the equivalent of your computer saying, "I'm stressed out." Usually, this is a symptom of coil whine, which happens when electrical components vibrate under load. Most often it's benign, but it can indicate poor quality components that may give out sooner than expected. If you hear coil whine only under high stress, such as video recording, it's probably nothing to worry about. And if you hear it while gaming, you probably need to turn on V-Sync or another form of frame rate limiter to prevent your computer from rendering too many frames. However, if you hear persistent coil whine from a component, it's probably worth exchanging it under warranty or having it checked out by a professional. Buzzing fans. They're on their way out. The soothing white noise of computer fans is usually a good sign. It means your system is keeping its cool. However, when that soothing noise becomes a buzzing drone, you got a problem. This is often due to dust buildup on the fan blades or worn-out bearings, making them less effective and more audible. Get yourself a can of compressed air and give your fans a good cleaning, and if that doesn't work, they're usually not that expensive to replace. If the fans on your GPU or CPU cooler are making sickly mechanical noises, it can be a little more tedious to repair or replace them. But if they stop working, you'll wish you had taken care of the problem sooner. Ticking fans. They're smacking something besides air. If your fan is ticking, like a metronome, it's not getting ready to drop a sick beat. It could indicate that the fan blades are hitting something, like a wire. If not fixed, your fan could eventually fail, leaving your components without adequate cooling. In some instances, a fan may end up slicing open a wire, which could cause a short circuit or even a fire. Open up your machine and make sure there are no obstructions. Clicking hard drive. Back up your data immediately. If you have a computer with no mechanical hard drives and only solid-state drives, it won't be clicking from the drive because there are no moving parts. If you hear clicking, it's likely an issue with the fans. But if you have a mechanical hard drive and you hear it, you should be concerned. A clicking sound coming from your hard drive is like the death knell of a sinking ship. It's a clear indicator that your hard drive is failing. Make sure to back up your data immediately and replace the hard drive immediately. It's just a matter of time before the entire thing gives out, taking your data with it. Creaks, snaps, and pops, especially in laptops. If you hear these sounds, particularly in a laptop, they could be due to thermal expansion and contraction of internal parts. The occasional groan or creak is one thing, especially if your computer or monitor is heating up in a cold room or vice versa, cooling off at the end of a gaming session or such. While some level of these noises is normal, any significant change should cause concern. It might be due to structural damage or weakening components, especially if the protesting computer is a laptop. Loud pops, creaks, or snapping noises when you operate the screen hinge is a big warning sign, and this is a common point of laptop failure. If the hinge starts making a racket, do your best to minimize the number of times you open and close the lid. It's best to let a pro check out the machine. Whistling or a sizzling sound. Something is cooking. Whistles and sizzles are particularly dangerous. A faint coil whine is one thing, but if your computer starts making a distinct high-pitched whistling sound, like there's a tiny kettle hidden away inside somewhere, it's time for immediate action. The same goes for any sort of sizzling sound. If your laptop battery or your desktop's power supply starts making these noises, switch off the device and disconnect it from the electrical outlet immediately. These sounds often indicate an electrical issue that could result in a fire. Contact the manufacturer or a professional service center for an immediate inspection. When in doubt, get the laptop out of your office or residence and place it in a fireproof container. Our computers usually tell us when they're not feeling well. These noises are your first warning that it's time to look under the hood before a minor issue becomes a major meltdown. A little proactive care can go a long way in avoiding system failures and potential data loss. So the next time your computer starts to make its own music, don't just tune it out. It might be trying to tell you something important. Stay safe, stay secure, and the only noise you should hear is your fingers on the keyboard. It means you're being productive. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye, and thanks for watching and listening.